Hey College and Career Success, welcome to week 3 of the summer semester. We are moving right along. Just a quick reminder, feel free to post any questions that you might have at any point that myself or a classmate could answer right here in the Medi Point that's open all semester. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Week 3 is just chapter 4, so in the week 3 videos, make sure the chapter 4 lecture video will be posted right here, so check it out. So that you have a basis of understanding for the assignments, and then I am going to cut up the assignment videos into 2 videos like I've been doing. One will cover, this one right here will cover chapter 4 assignments, and then the next one will cover just the career services assignment. So this is a little different than the previous weeks. The previous weeks you've been having kind of like 2 sets of assignments, if you will. This week is just chapter 4 and then an additional assignment here. So again, make sure you spend time in chapter 4. Here's a snapshot. This skills survey is always just an informal, not for a grade, just a self-reflection as you kind of start the chapter, end the chapter, to see where you stand. So you do have just one discussion forum this week. That is a break from the previous 2 weeks, only one, but you still need to respond your original post by Wednesday for week 3 attendance, and then respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. You're going to have a chapter 4 assignment, a chapter 4 quiz, and then your career services assignment. This video is just going to focus on these chapter 4 pieces right here. So after you have spent some time either watching the chapter 4 lecture, going through the slides, in the textbook, a little bit of everything, go ahead and make your way to the assignment folder. And then there's that skills survey, just a quick check-in on your own. Here is the prompt for the chapter 4 discussion. Remember, this is 150 words or more. If you're significantly under, you are going to lose points for that. Make sure you post by Wednesday for attendance. Even if you post late, you can still get partial attendance. So please make sure that you post no matter what, ideally by Wednesday for the weekly attendance. Alright, so it says recall a decision that you've recently made, for example, a small decision like how you spent your Saturday, or maybe a large decision about where to apply for part-time work. Did the values you identified through the determining your values activity influence the decision? If so, how? So you can see that this prompt is going to actually be dependent upon this assignment right here. So I'm going to have you do this assignment first. So you're going to click on that. It's going to open up into this PDF right here, and it's going to give, and this is in your text as well, and it's going to give you a list of a bunch of values. By no means is this all the values, but a lot of values here, and you are going to list them, top 5 values. So these are things that you think are important to you, whether it's personally, professionally, a little bit of both, and you're going to then rank them. And so how you do this is up to you. Like if you want to go ahead and list them in your ranking order, like this is my very most important value down to 5, or just randomly put 5 and then rank them over here, that's totally up to you. So let's say that you think happiness, creativity, and you keep going, but maybe creativity is actually your first value, and then whatever you list here is your 5th, and this is your 3rd, or you can list them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever you're done with that, like that's how simple it is. You're just kind of thinking through what's important to you. You want to make sure that you save it with your changes, save it, somewhere to your files, your desktop, wherever it is you want it to go. Go ahead and put it in here, upload the file, browse the file, find it, and hit open. Now you would hit submit. And then that is in there. And then after you've completed that, you're going to really have a good basis for your discussion forum prompt. You're going to be able to answer this. Like, did the values you identified here, loyalty or independence or creativity or whatever it is, do those values play a role in your decision making? And so you can pick, as it says, like a small decision or a larger decision, or maybe a series of decisions. And how do your values play a role in your decision making? That's kind of like the big question here. How do your values influence your decision making? And then post it, respond to 2 classmates. Remember, a response is meaningful, not just, oh, good post, or I agree. Go into a little detail. Ask a follow-up question. Compare with what they wrote to what you wrote. Alright, so you'll kind of do those 2 things in conjunction, and then you have your chapter 4 quiz. So as always, you want to make sure that you respond to all questions in 2 to 5 complete sentences, and you answer all parts of the question. A lot of these are going to talk about values. So question 1, it says, basically our values can change as we age. Thinking back over your life, is there a value that you hold now that was not as important when you were younger, and why do you think that value has changed? Question 2, this talks about your future career and maximizing during your college. What 2 or 3 opportunities would you consider in addition to your classes, and how can they assist? For instance, do you think maybe you could join a club or organization that would potentially help you, network with other students or add to your resume? So there's a whole list of student organizations. Will you get an internship? Will you try to do some volunteering? Will you try to network? Basically anything. What can you do that you will try to also take on in addition to just normal classes that's going to help you? Can you volunteer? Can you get a part-time job in your field? Can you utilize career services? Can you utilize different resources here at the college? Question 3 is like an advice question. If Vlad is having difficulty deciding on his major and he's talked around, he doesn't know what to do, he's come to you, what advice would you give Vlad? Compare and contrast the role of advisors and mentors. So how are they alike? How are they different? Is there overlap? And then question 5, another advice question. The student has been taking 12 to 14 credit hours a semester, but she's not sure what classes count to her degree. What advice would you give her? So all of this information can be kind of supported through the textbook, through the slides, through my lecture video. So make sure you spend some time in the chapter, and then make sure you file, save, submit, and upload into the Dropbox there, and that is due Sunday as well. All right, those are your chapter 4 assignments. I'll be back with just a focus on your career services assignment.